for Stevie G coming in, mate, for next season?
I think 30 million would be superb, mate. That should be enough to, I wouldn't say overhaul the scum, mate, but I would say it would give us a very, very good team out of that. You need to remember, you need to half the transfer budget into wages and the price that you're going to pay for players, mate, because it seems to work out that if you buy a player for 4 million, it costs you 4 million in wages. You know, that's the way it seems to work now. So 30 million, could we do a lot off of 15 million? If we pick up players like Arfield on frees, McGregor on a free, mate, it does leave us scope to bring in 3 or 4 quality players. And no gambles, 3 or 4 quality players. Any gambles we're bringing in are loan players. It's not going to cost us an arm and a leg to beef up the squad a wee bit. I think that's the way to go forward, mate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
I think that's what's going to happen. I really do. I think there'll be 3 or 4 100%ers. That would not include the boy that's already here, the guy that's coming at the end of the season. And I'm not that sure about McGregor either. Loyal, what do you think? Do you think McGregor's any word on McGregor? Anything at all? I heard he was supposed to be up for a fitness test, you know.
It will be eventually, mate. I think it's just one of the ones. I think it will happen because I believe he wants back up the road. From what I'm hearing anyway, he wants back up the road, mate. As we say, he's 35, mate. That's still good for a goalkeeper. You know what I mean? That's easily a 2 really good seasons at him, and him helping develop. There are 2 young class goalkeepers that have got in the background as well, and the boy Kelly and McCrory, mate. He'll be able to be a stand-up guy for them to learn off if they ever speak about goalkeeping or how to represent yourself as a goalkeeper. There wouldn't be any better person to do it than McGregor for me. So I think it'll be done, mate. I think it'll be done. He'll be the goalkeeper for next season.
Does that improve the team for you, Fox? McGregor instead of Foderingham?
Can you leave me out for a minute, mate? I'm dealing with something at the moment.
All right, okay, there we go. I'll Tinder again, Bridgman.
Can I take that one up?
Yes, you can.
I think much to my... I'm not dead sure whether we want to bring the McGregor one back, simply because the problems we had when we lost him before he left, but he was a sort of lesser example than Smith and so on and so forth. So if we're going to bring him back, I had nothing but praise for him when he was there. I thought he was a fantastic goalkeeper, a wonderful servant for Rangers, and by God, he's in a right nag as well when he's in goal. He shouted at everybody, not as much as Gorham, but he did. He shouted at everybody. So I'd like him to be there, providing his costs us in, and his wage demands shouldn't be anywhere near what he's getting at Hull, I hope. So let's hope he does come. I'll welcome him back. Once he's got the jersey on, he'll get my support, and that's the truth.
Will you start singing the song again, Bridge?
What's that, pal?
Will you start singing the song again? I
will. I think everybody will. I really do think he was more a victim, if you follow what I mean, than the others were. They're the ones that instigated a lot of it, you know, and I think they stabbed the club in the back, and you know, them no coming back to Rangers has been a benefit. I think we dodged a bullet with Lafferty and Naismith, to be perfectly honest. But I noticed that the other boy's playing with Hibs now. He's playing very well. The right back, what's his name again? Whittaker. He's playing very well for them now, when he plays. So I'm glad none of them came back to Rangers. I'm just glad. I'd rather have Alan Hutton. I don't know, you mentioned something about somebody for Aston Villa the other night there, Oxtia. I don't know whether you meant Alan Hutton, but I'd rather have him back than any of the other ones.
Just so you know, Bridge, some of my rumours are lies.
I know, pal, I know. You come for Partick, so it's expected.
No, Bridge. No need for that. Mrs. Bridge. Mrs. Bridge is good self.
Born and bred there, boy.
Exactly. Fine woman. Fine upstanding woman. Of the cuck. Wrong end, I may add, but that's it.
Of course.
We'll see about Alan McGregor. It'll be interesting to see him. As long as it's Steven Gerrard's decision, Ibrox, huh?
Oh, definitely, mate. He's got to have, as I say, that's got to be one of the things he stipulates, that he gets a final say on everything, mate. That's the way it has to be. He's not coming in here as a head coach, he's coming in as a manager. The manager makes the final decision. That's the only way it can work. That's the only way it stops any fractions from happening. And I'm sorry, but Mr. Allen is just going to have to get used to that. You can have a say on it as well, but at the end of the day, the buck stops with Sir Steven Gerrard, because it's his neck it's on the block at the end of the day, so he must make all final decisions.
Aye. It's important for me that you carry on, Bridge.
I was just going to say to you a wee thing that comes up when I think about Stevie G. And I was reading in Follow. There's a few things coming in Follow. And one of them said something like, Stevie G signs for Rangers and the Sun want to go and interview him. And after what's happened with the Liverpool versus the Sun, Liverpool Football Club versus the Sun, do we think Stevie G will give them an interview? I personally don't think he will. And I think if the Sun try and get an interview of him, I think they'll have a brass neck, really. So that might, we don't like, I don't like the press, but at the moment, the Sun seem to be getting the scoops, shall we say. So it's interesting to hear what's going to happen there.
I can't see Steven Gerrard talking to the Sun, mate. I think he's a principled individual, mate.
Yeah. I hope he doesn't. I dare say most of the guys in the lobby and anybody listening, probably, it's a wee bit of a conundrum. What does the guy do? He's just in the door. If he doesn't talk to the Sun, then is he going to get blamed? Are Rangers going to get blamed? Is he going to get blamed? Is he going to be a badging? And so on and so forth, But the truth of the matter is, it's all to do with the Sun, isn't it? And the way they have played. Extra police security has been requested for Ibrox tomorrow.
You know why, Bridge?
Good reason.
No,
I'm going.
Ibrox Loyal's going to.
Are you going to go over to the Loudon? Is the Loudon opening for it?
No. The Loudon will be open, no. No, I'm just getting in, mate.
It might be.
The Loudon doesn't do open, does it? I want to say not to get into a few jars, but no, I want to go in and be nearby, mate, in case it breaks, so...
No, but the Loudon doesn't normally open during the week.
No, it doesn't, mate, no.
Right,
no.
So it'll probably be open tomorrow. If there's a hint of this at all, the Loudon will be open.
There's
going to be thousands there. There's going to be thousands there, 100%.
If it is, mate, I'll not say not to get in. Never do, mate, never do.
Gary 34 saying extra police security has been requested for Ibrox tomorrow.
I've seen it as well.
That's only because you two announced you were going out.
That's what I'm saying. It must be me. It must be me.
That's all right. At least I've got honours in.
Everything going right. I'm going over. Everything going all right. I'll be going over. I need to go for that. Definitely. God, it'll be a big relief for the fans, won't it? That will walk shooting. It might even open up the stadium.
That's what I'm hoping, mate. I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Gazaresque.
Oh my God, that was amazing. That was just amazing.
I was there.
Bit before my time, lads, but I've seen the pictures.
A lot of the young boys with their wives.
I've seen the clips.
White hair. I know, a lot of young boys with their dyed hair and all that. It's just amazing to see.
Yeah, believe it or not, I get my hair done like that in a long time. But how
did you cope with the adoration?
I don't know if there is much of that, mate.
You get a Gaza do. Yours is a bit that colour now, Bridge.
Oh, aye, mine's gone. Mine's gone.
That was funny. I told you
doing the bear saying it'll be good to see Oxtear with blonde hair.
By the way, I had that and all. I had a period of that as well.
Oh, brilliant.
The period of that. Many moons ago, mate. Many moons ago.
Of course.
But the guys that I've told you this. Oh, who's joined us, Fox? I know you've been working hard behind the scenes.
George had lost his Skype. I had to get him back in, mate. So
right,
George.
All right. And the other one, The sailor, he's trying to get in as well. How we doing, George? Evening, mate.
How you doing, boys? All right?
Well, you sound very posh on Skype,
He
George.
does as well, doesn't he?
That's because
very
I'm
posh.
very posh.
Right, okay.
It's only natural, isn't it, George? It's only natural.
That's right. Somebody for Stadium Bridge, man, you ken that.
I love it, pal. I love it.
What was I going to say? A few things you picked up on there. I'll just pick up on a few things you said there, Rox.
Aye,
Boy Bates, I didn't think Bates should play with Rangers again.
I'm with you, George. You know that.
I think they gave him an offer, a good offer, by the way, that I didn't think anybody else at Rangers at that age would have probably got in these times to stay. If he wanted to be a Rangers player, he would have took it. But he's away at Germany, so best of luck to the laddie. But no, for me, his heart's not in it. So, and that's not saying Alves' heart's any more than him or Martin's any more, because I didn't think it is. I didn't think any of these guys want to be here. But I wouldn't even risk the lad. I would just say, on your way, son, sit on the bench for the rest of the season and then pick up your wages, because you're going to get paid anyway, and then just go to Germany after the season, because the commitment's not there for me, Ox.
I don't disagree, George. I think it's a shame. I think he might be wondering what he's done, or either that, or he's been told that there's centre-halves coming in. He's known their plans. We don't know how long this has been going on for, George. You know.
Well, wasn't a world beater in my eyes anyway, Ox. Kenny wasn't we all raved about him in that. He said a couple of kick the balls at the ground and things like that. Because he wasn't a great defender, as far as I'm concerned. And you look back in the previous shows and that, I didn't think he was a great defender. He was probably strong and solid and things like that. But as a Rangers type centre half, no for me. So take the move on for a lot of these guys. And I heard somebody saying earlier on as well about the season finished. Season's finished for me as well, because to be honest, we're going to be in Europe, because I think we're going to finish fifth for not to be in Europe. I'm not actually bothered about in Europe. I think it was Fox that said that a few weeks ago. I want to start winning games in Scotland first, going in 5 and 10 game runs in Scotland before we can even bother about getting first and second round UEFA Cup football. That's miles away from us all. So I think we need to get a manager in. If it's got to be Stevie G tomorrow, well, that's brilliant, great news. Get a bit of funding in, can see that happening. And by the way, I think it's going to take about 25 to 30 million for to get us anywhere near the beggars, and that's including getting young laddies in on loan and things like that. So if we can get that, let's get our house in order again. We've been saying it for years and years and we've not actually done it. Let's get our house in order now and start winning games and get to the point where we can actually feel secure and happy and confident about going to UEFA Cup next year and saying, well, let's have a wee run at it now. Because see, right now, I didn't see where we are, I didn't see where we're going in that all. So for me, I'm not really bothered about it. And again, everybody's got to say it's £200,000 a round or a game, £400,000 a round. That's great. But if you go in there and get embarrassed in your first game, your season's finished again like it was last season. So, no for me. Let's just end the season now. Get Stevie Gerrard in. Whoever's got to be, it's got to be Stevie Gerrard. Get him in. Start getting players in. Get a wee bit of positivity about the club again and start getting a pre-season going. In 6 weeks to 7 weeks' time, I think, as the pre-season starts. So let's get that going and let's get a team on the park willing to win games in Scotland for us, Ox.
The only way we can't get into Europe, mate, is if Motherwell beat Celtic and smash their treble. I would accept that personally.
Aye, well that's that, Ox, Fox. That's the only way. If we finish, that's the only way we can do it. That's right. So that'd be a double bonus for me in a roundabout way. And a lot of folk will probably turn around and say, I can't believe that I want Rangers to be in Europe. It's not that I didn't want Rangers to be in Europe. It's just I want us to be in Scotland first. I want us to be able to start winning games in Scotland, and teams that shouldn't even be in the same park as Kilmarnock and that coming to Ibrox, no beat them this season. Hibs, no beat them at Ibrox this season. That shouldn't be the way for us. We should have a team on the park and a manager in the sidelines and a captain in the park willing to stand up and say that's not going to happen. We've got to first of all got to start winning games in Ibrox and in Scotland, and then we'll start winning cups and start getting into Europe next season. That's my big push for next season now. Like,
We've also been joined by Travel.
How we doing, Travel Rock?
Right, Travel.
I'm good, aye. I'm not really good.
Together now, Bridge.
Nice to hear from you. Sailor, stop your rowing. Sailor, leave the sea. On yourself, Travel.
Oxter, I think you should leave the singing to Bridge.
You're a wee bit out of step there, Ox. But listen, all I was calling in for, Ox, was to congratulate you on your Barry Scott joke last night. I don't think anybody gave that the credit it deserved. That was outstanding.
Thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much. Twice
24 hours late, but you're getting a wee laugh off of me, mate. So well done.
Did you chuckle?
I did, aye. And nobody else got it. I was gutted for you. Honestly, I felt your pain.
Cleaned up the boardroom.
Fill it, bang.
Oh, sorry, Ox, I just got it there.
No, there you go.
Sorry, mate.
24 hours late.
It's me, remember. It's me. It takes a while. It takes at least 24 hours to sink in.
Anyway.
Cheers, Travel Rock.
I've been in. I was in Africa for nearly 5 weeks there, so yous have just absolutely destroyed my club. What a damn mess yous have left it in. I've been away, and this is what I come back to. I'm going back to work on Monday, fortunately, so I don't know. I'll see the end of this season. That'll be me quite happy with what yous have done so far. Yous have chased my 2 favourite players out, and I blame you and Bridgeman for that. You've destroyed the man. That boy was doing all right when I left. Look at him now.
We did warn you.
Yeah, to be fair, you've never really been a fan of Murty, so aye, you did give us a warning signs on that one.
Or Wallace or Miller.
Whoa, nothing wrong with they two. I think, aye. Miller scored in his first game back, did he know? I know my internet was crap in there, but I'm pretty sure he scored. Aye, that's right. Fair dues.
We still don't really know what happened, Travel Rock. Still don't know.
Well, but was there no bother before in the dressing room, and I think it was kind of clouded over when he said there was angry people in the dressing room before, maybe after the cup game or something. Can't mind anyway, but fortunately I never got to see any of the games, so that was again another bonus.
Lucky you.
Just watching the fall. Maybe go back 3 or 4 months. Arguably our best defender this season was Danny Wilson, and we let him go in January, bringing in somebody like Russell Martin. I don't think Russell Martin has put a decent performance on any game, has he? I see he's been criticised quite a bit for the last couple of Old Firm games of it. The boy McCrory's been thrust in there. His first game's back. That's not particularly fair to do that to the boy. And arguably, probably for me, it's not his best position. I want to see him being the central midfielder, the defensive midfielder, not a central defender. We've chased Bates at the club, which is a shame. I thought that boy had a bit of potential there. He's proved to us he was a very good defender. No, I don't think anybody was expecting to be a Franz Beckenbauer, but he certainly knew how to clear his lines and put a tackle in, which has been quite obviously lacking the last few weeks. So it's a shame that boy's been chased. Some poor decisions, I think, between Murty and Mark Allen there, and it's came back to bite us in the arse, I'm afraid. Wilson and David Bates. So disappointing. We could end up being left with Martin and Alves next year. I'm assuming they're going to get new people in, but I know. But that's
Martin,
Alves and Cardozo. Come on.
Martin will not get a contract at the club, mate. That's he's on loan. He's got a week left at the club, basically 10 days.
Aye.
Then he's finished. Alves, I think he could disappear. What about you, Fox? You're adamant he's gone, aren't you?
I don't think he'll come back for the World Cup, mate. I think this will be the last we see Alves. Some people are saying in the lobby that he's fit. Again, I thought he was still in Portugal getting treated, but I really don't care if I don't see him again, mate. He's been
the man's never been fit, Fox.
Big disappointment, mate, for the huge reputation he came with. Been money badly spent. Another case, just like some of the others, like Pina, mate, never scouted to see what sort of form he was in before he came, took Casina's word on it, and we know how badly some of these signings have turned out, mate.
Eduardo Herrera, he's turned out to be a full-time tourist, not a football player. Seems to be travelling out of the country.
No, it's been quite handy for him, mate. His girlfriend's at university in Glasgow, so he's get paid for coming there on holiday with us,
well.
you know.
Good luck to him. At least he's used his time wisely.
I think Alves will, in all probability, disappear from Rangers after the World Cup. I think he'll come to an arrangement with the club, and he'll end up going back to Portugal somewhere, getting another season's, maybe a 2-season job over there. I don't think he'll want the hassle coming back to.
Does it prove to you, Travel Rugby, you should never sign a centre half called Bruno?
Oh, shockers! What a pair of shockers these are.
That's
just disgraceful.
I'm gutted with what's happened, and in reality, there's probably only at the most half a dozen players I'd keep. The rest of them I wouldn't be disappointed. I'd like to see the boy Docherty stay, Ryan Jack.
Oh, he's only started, the boy Docherty.
I know.
I don't think he's set the header on fire, but we have to calm down. I mean, you know, if we'd a good side, we wouldn't have seen him yet. You know,
it's Docherty, Ryan Jack, Murphy. I'd like to give Cummins a bit of a chance. And McCrory. After that, I'm kind of on Declan John probably, but that's about it. The rest of them can go and chase themselves. I don't particularly want to see that many of them staying. The goalkeepers, the two of them can go. The fullback, your mate Tavernier. I'm sorry, I know you get a lot of things right, Ox, but you've got that one badly wrong. He's never a player, and he's never a captain.
Tavernier?
Never. Tavernier.
I'm not a great fan of James Tavernier.
Oh, come on, you were leading the vanguard. You were at the front all the time with Tavernier.
Only to noise you up.
Obviously what?
Well, he's a good player going forward, mate. He can't.
No, he's not even that. He's not even that. I've yet to see him stick, but 2 decent crosses in a game. You're lucky if you get one at him a game. So he can go, and he should never be the captain of your club, I'm afraid.
Strange decision. But that was your mate, Murray.
Nah. I maybe didn't have the same doubts as you.
But maybe we're paying for. We've got to this. We were hoping to get at the end of the season, stumble through and see what it took us, and it's unravelled. But I think it's unravelled because of the two managerial decisions made. Kachina and then Graham Murray. And in my opinion, Graham Murray should have never got the job that he got.
I know you've always said that, but
we need to watch. Sorry, Travel. I was just going to say.
All right.
No, I was just going to say we just need to be careful. We've got how many squad do we carry? 21, 22 first team squad. We need to watch what we're doing because we're talking about getting rid of 10, 11, 12 people based on the conversations, you know. I'm sure that we're going to have to. We'll probably get rid of 6 or 7 now, and bring in 4 or 5 at maybe maximum, you know. Sorry,
Bridge, would you see for tomorrow's game, Saturday's game, would you be disappointed if they brought in 2 boys and played them in the centre of defence?
It depends who they are, of course. It depends who it is, of course. That's why I've already said tonight, if young Bates is anywhere near fit, then I would certainly put him in because we need the 2 centre halves.
I'm in a George camp.
I know we didn't. No, I'm saying that. I understand that, and the sentiment's right. But all I'm saying is, from a team perspective, if we've got a centre half that's anywhere near fit, it must be better than those 2. For goodness sake, at centre half, McCrory is only a youngster, and there's no way he's a centre half. And Mr. Martin, I'm sorry, he is well past it, well past it. No pace whatsoever. He gets caught out so many times it's no real. I would certainly put Bates in with McCrory. I wouldn't play Martin again.
I'd put you in before I put Martin in. There you go.
I know.
Anyway, lads, if you don't mind going on mute, Fox will give us a tune.
Right.
A light shone in the night somewhere ahead. Blue turning machine seemed to say as I walk round and round the penny arcade. And just ring a bell on a big bagatelle, and you'll make all the colored lights cascade and music play in a penny arcade. Yes, I played and I played and played all the time. Roll up and spend your last dime. At first I thought it a dream that I was in. You know I was lost, so lost in a sea of glass and tin. But no, so deep in my hand, in the back of my jeans, well, I grabbed me a handful of coins to feed the machine. Oh, sat up and play, each machine seemed to say as I walked round and round the penny arcade. And just ring a bell on a big bagatelle, and you make all the colored lights cascade and music play in a penny arcade. Yes, I played and I played, played all the time. Roll up and spend your last dime. Oh, step up and play, each machine seemed to say as I walk round and round the penny arcade. And just ring a bell on a big bagatelle, and you make all the colored lights cascade and music play in a penny arcade. Yes, I played and I played and played all the time. Roll up and spend your last, roll up and spend your last, roll up and spend your last dime. Roll up and spend your last dime. Thank you very much. Good night.
Right, Big Bridge, we're going to have to look at the dancers tonight.
I'm looking at them now.
Disqualification, Cumbrian
Aye.
Bear, mate. Bullying
Why-
on the
why-
dance floor.
Bullying on the dance floor. Oh, no. Oh, no. I've met
can't
people
have
like
that. The night's winner for the Cemetery and the way she's positioned it is Ali Bali.
Ali Bali looks right enough. That looks okay.
Obviously, Padge's wife has done it for him because it's very neat and tidy, so run her up tonight, Padge.
Superb. Love it.
You
Roll
back-
up
you-
and spend your last dime. Sorry, pal.
You carry on, Padge. You carry on.
No.
We've not heard from you for a few weeks, Travel Rug, and obviously you were fortunate you never watched some of the games. It's been sore, mate. Really
Aye.
sore, and it's unravelled in front of my eyes. And if personally, it wasn't a shock to me. It's looked since the game at Ibrox that Graham Murray had lost the dressing room, and it just the bubble burst, and it's sad, really sad for him, and obviously ultimately sad for us, the supporters. And players' attitudes can be questioned, and you can look at but I think the mistake, Kachina and then Graham Murray, it's got us to where we are. But if this comes off tomorrow, it's world news, mate. It's world news. We never thought that would happen.
No, no way I wouldn't have been forecasting that one. No, in a million years. It's completely out the blue for me. That one. Whenever I hear anybody saying, "Oh, look at John Barnes," my answer to them is, "Look at Graham Souness." So, good luck if they decide to go down that road. And I heard you saying last night that every managerial decision is a gamble. You could bring in Ancelotti, you could bring in De Boer, the most experience. It doesn't always work out for these guys, and it could be the same with bringing them into our club. Every decision that they make regarding a manager is going to be a gamble. So no matter who it is, I'm sure we'll all give him the support. I think
the big thing about this travel.
It's a brave one. So
I think the big thing about this one is that on the commercial side, whatever you're maybe paying out and some of the stuff that you're going to speculate to accumulate, you're going to get it back, George.
Aye, that's right what you're saying, Ox. It's, do I think it's the best appointment in the world? I'm not 100% sure if it's going to happen. If it's
only time will tell, George. Only time will tell.
Only time will tell. But I'm still excited, Ox, if that makes sense. Whereas Cassina, I wasn't excited at all. I didn't get what was going to be happening. But Steven Gerrard is a world-renowned player. People that want to come and see your club again, not just other fans. I mean, other people that want to come and be involved and look what's happening. I mean, just look at that BT's put the other night there. We've been joined by the Lone Ranger and things like that. Just wee things like that, talking about the match of the day. I mean, just true what you said earlier. I mean, they're talking about getting free sanitary towels at Parkhead, and we're talking about bringing Stevie G in. I mean, that's the difference. That's where we should be. That's the kind of class we should be getting out there, Rock. So, is it the best appointment in the world? I'm not 100% sure, Rock. I hope he gets back to bring in the players. And if he brings in Gary McAllister, who's had a wee bit of experience, and possibly Gregor Vigneault will be his background staff, I'll be quite happy with that. But I didn't think it's the greatest appointment in the world, but it's getting me excited, Ox. It's getting all the fans excited. We're all talking about it, Stevie G, Sir Stevie G and all that. So, it's getting me excited. I'm looking forward to it. That's why I said earlier, Ox, I'm not really bothered if the season finishes tomorrow and we finish in second, third or fourth place. And it's a horrible thing to say because I love Rangers with all my heart. I want the Rangers to win all the time, but I just want this season to be undone with. This is not
I get that, George.
It's been a nightmare, Ox.
Trust me, me and Fox know where you're coming from. Travel rug. You young boy, he's maybe a gauge. Is what's he said about Steven Gerrard? Because it's a name that he'll know.
Doesn't he?
No?
He's not interested, mate. Absolutely, there is zero interest there in going to the football with me now. That's what's happened. That is. Could
it be you? Do you want me to see if you'll come with me? Because it might be you.
Yeah, right. No, but there is. That's what's happening here, and I've spoken about it so often that we've got a potential of losing a generation of supporters here, but maybe a big name announcement like this might be the difference where we can turn a few heads and it might get people. But nah, as it stands, we need to make a few big steps and certainly signing somebody like Gerrard as our manager would be one of the big steps. But I think we need a few others as well and success, winning something, and that's where I was gutted about the way that we played in the semi-final. Even to get a Scottish Cup.
On the two semi-finals this year, mate.
I know, mate. Aye. But on a positive note, I was glad to see the back of Paul Murray. I've never met the man, so I can't. It's hard to say on a personal what he is like. But I've never really found him to be. I've never trusted him in our boardroom. I've always had the fear that he was a guy that was maybe had links to the press. He was also, I thought, or I get the feeling that he's a guy that does a lot of the kind of the dealings with supporters clubs, supporters associations, and the Chris Graham type things and all that. You know, that I always thought that was of his doings. You know, kind of murky dealings, if you want to go that way. That stuff that I didn't agree with our club, with the Club 1872 and the Rangers first. I just always felt that he would always meddling in that, and maybe I'm wrong, but that was my opinion of him. So I'm glad to see the back of him. He's also got better hair than me, so I was always jealous of that. He's got magnificent hair, but there you go.
Jealous of Alice, he's got better hair than you.
Look, I think, Travel, I think a lot of people agree that he was there as Dave King's eyes and ears, mate. There's nothing wrong with that. He obviously done a job that Dave King had asked him to do. But I think Bart Senior moving up the ladder a bit is that he doesn't no longer need Paul Murray. I don't think there'll be any animosity between them. Maybe it's a case that the investors, if they are coming in, want a seat in the board, and maybe those directors that have stepped down couldn't afford to up any stake that they've had in Rangers, and it's just a necessity, mate. People were always... Aye, but it doesn't matter, mate. He was in there doing a job. And the one thing that's always constant about people that pick, I don't mean pick on them, but have views on other people is, see, when you don't know what he does, it's very hard to have a go at him. For all we know, mate, he could have had a good part in bringing Hummel in. There's loads of things that he could have been involved in. Just because we don't know the inner workings of Ibrox doesn't mean he didn't do a good job when he was there, mate. That's all I'm saying.
I think the board, if we'd have won the last 6 games or whatever it was, 7 games or something, people would look at them differently. I think as the results go down, how they come under the microscope, Travel. I think they've moved on because something's afoot, mate. Something's afoot.
At the AGM, he was the only one that I didn't vote for. I've never had a good feeling about him. What you're saying is right.
Hair envy's a terrible thing.
No, what you're saying is right. Maybe he was Dave King's eyes and ears, but that's no enough for me. I want people that's involved in that club. If you're going to get your seat in the board, you need to be dipping into your own pocket and putting money into the club and having real return on your time or your investment into the club. And I just never felt that was the case with him. He's been lingering in the background for many years. It's not just in the last couple of years. He's been there for years, hanging about. He's always been about that boardroom for as long as I can remember.
He's an accountant, isn't he? I mean, I'm the same as Fox. I don't know the other thing.
No.
Well, I know. No.
But anyway, so I ta-ta to him and
Barry Scott.
And Barry Scott.
Guys, the cleaner. What about the link, pseudo link between Murray and the Daily Record, Keith Jackson? You know,
I get this. I assume that he obviously had a bit of a close relationship with the Record, because it was him that said about the courageous journalism. And I think he used the Record a lot when the power struggle was happening. So he's obviously still maintained a link, and which is for us Rangers supporters, some of the stuff that they've printed recently, that bothers me as well. You know, that why should we have anybody in our club having any links and giving anybody any stories at that horrible rag of a newspaper? I mean, the Record used to be a good paper. Years ago, when I was a boy delivering papers, it was a good paper. They had good journalists. But look at it now. The hatred for our club coming for that paper is unbelievable.
Would be a paper that you know the world, if you seen one, you would take one. You don't know, would you?
No, I know that.
No.
I mean, Jackson was quick enough to downgrade everything that we have done at Ibrox. But I'll say one thing about Keith Jackson. He has single-handedly, along with the bloggers that he's now got in place at the Daily Record, who have killed a paper that's been about Scotland for a long, long time, mate. And if anybody wants to be criticising the Scottish press, it's poor journalism from the Daily Record that is finishing that paper. And the quicker it goes down, the better.
I don't know if it's just necessarily poor journalism. I know at the end of the day it will be, but it's what's driving that poor journalism. I think it's just this hatred they've got. I don't know where it comes from. I really don't. I don't know where it comes from, this hatred of Rangers and all things Rangers. And all they want to do is just print negative. Anything to do with this. I mean, look at the story that's breaking or broke about Mr. Gerrard coming to Rangers. They've now turning it around to say, Gerrard Cummins going to be great for Scottish football. Hey, wait a minute, pal. He's coming to Rangers. He's not coming to Scottish football per se. He's coming to Rangers. Will he be good for Rangers? Oh, they'll not say that. They'll not say he'll be great for Rangers. They'll say that's the only positive thing they'll say about it. Him and the tranny man over the other side of the city, they're going to be great together. Aye, right.
Travel Rug, a lot of things have changed since you were last back. I mean, when you left, it was £2.50 for a bottle of Frosty Jack. It's £7.50.
Oh, aye. $7.50. The most expensive drink. It's overtaken Buckfast.
Yeah, it's cheaper. It's cheaper to drink champagne.
My conscience is clear on that one. I know where I voted, and my conscience is completely clear. I'm not so sure about the rest of the panel, but I know that I'm all right on that one.
No, I know where I voted. I think I know where all the panel voted, mate. I think I know where all the panel voted. Oh, Mac, anybody who's doing in England, if you get up the road, get yourself loaded up for all, man.
Bruce run to Carlisle.
Hey, you may laugh, but that's going to happen. That's for sure. Somebody's going to take advantage of that. That's for sure. We'll go down to Carlisle and load up with Frosty Jack. Right, down the barras with a Frosty Jack. Here we go. With the phony fags. Like, get in there.
And by the way, I think Bridgeman just hinted at it there about the friendship or relationship between old tranny boy across the city and Gerrard. I've heard that the two of them don't go on there.
No, I don't. I'm not saying there's a friendship. What I'm saying is that's the way the press are making it out now. For Scottish football, we're going to have these two great friends, yeah. And oh my goodness, we've got Brendan, or rather the tranny man. We've got the tranny man, and now we're getting. They're not talking about Rangers getting them. They're talking about Scottish football getting them. That's what they're talking about. It's going to be great for Scottish football.
I wouldn't even invite the record in the Sun.
You're telling me.
BBC
You're talking
Scotland
to Tony.
will come along anyway. I wouldn't have
You're
them
talking to how are the BBC going to justify not going to Rangers? How are they going to justify that now?
Well, they're not coming to our games anyway.
No. What I'm trying to say is this is the biggest thing that's happened in Scotland. Far twice as big as the tranny man coming. This is massive. This is a huge worldwide known player, right? That's coming to, if he comes to Rangers. What are they going to do? Are they going to sit in their studio and say, and here's an interview supplied by our colleagues? How many times are they going to say that? It's from our colleagues.
They'll have to because they've nothing's changed.
I'm trying to say that. Are they going to? One of the boys in the lobby is asking, do you think the BBC will want back in? How are they going to approach it with their colleagues down south? So when Gary Lineker and people like that say, "What the BBC's not talking to Gerrard, the BBC's not discussing this with Gerrard," oh, it's just nonsense, isn't it? It just sounds ridiculous.
But look, we have not banned the BBC. We have never banned the BBC.
I know that, pal. I know it's the BBC. All the fault, in my opinion, all the fault for it is all in the BBC. But remember, that's 3 years now.
You're paying your licence for that, Bridge. You're paying.
I know,
your
we're all
paying
our licence for it.
You're assuming he's paying it. You're assuming he's paying it.
No, he's a fine, upstanding member of the community.
Let's put it this way.
Wait a minute, I've only got one thing to say. I want one thing to say in that. Well done, Coyle Bridge.
Well done, Coyle. Aye.
I'll tell you later, Travel Rug.
Don't remind me. Police in the yard and everything.
So you can forget about the upstanding member of the community.
Wow.
Anyway, Ibrox.
Yeah.
Twitter buzzing. And the young team buzzing.
Well, there's a lot of people saying there's going to be plenty of police activity. All the stadium tours have all been cancelled. Ready for a 12:30 press conference. So I think you were bang on the button when you says it last night. That's what it is going to be. That is going to be the main press conference tomorrow. Unfortunately, there'll be the one as well for obviously the match on the Saturday. But the main one that anybody is going to want to see is, I'm sorry, Sir Stephen Gerrard with that scarf on his neck at the Ibrox gates, mate. That's all anybody's interested in tomorrow.
So you saying it's generally going to be 12:30?
12:30, mate.
Anyway, we've been joined by a good friend of the show, RJ. How we doing, Ryan?
How you doing, Ox? All right, mate. I'm driving here, so hope you can hear me. All right, guys.
Oh, he can drive as well. Clever boy, that, isn't he?
Clever boy,
multitasker.
Multitasker. I've been out, mate, so I don't know how the show's going. I'm presuming it's still on the Stevie Gerrard topic. I've actually had a text tonight from quite a reliable source to say that it's not going to be tomorrow. A friend of mine who's very pal with an ex-Celtic player has told me that Steven Gerrard won't be announced until Monday. He's hearing this for the kit man at Liverpool. The under-18s at Liverpool have all been told to be in tomorrow, and Steven Gerrard is going to be in tomorrow saying cheerio basically to the young boys. The deal is done 100%, but I've been told it's not going to be announced till Monday now. Sorry to rain on your parade if that's true or no, but I know what it's been like with the taxis and stuff like that, guys. I just want to say, if it doesn't happen tomorrow, don't panic, and hopefully my source is right.
Ryan, can I just ask you, Loyal going to tell Ryan what you just told us?
Right.
What you're hearing?
Well, it's probably seen it yourself on Twitter and that as well. They're saying there's going to be a police presence at Ibrox tomorrow. All the stadium tours have been cancelled because of a 12:30 press release, press conference even. And that's coming from 3 or 4 reliable sources as well, mate. So,
well,
I hope you're right, mate.
My source told me it was 12 o'clock, and his source cleans the blue room. And my source is his carpet burns out of there, and his RFC and his carpet.
Mate, I'll tell you, I've never known anybody people with so many sources. Honest to God, this is. Did you see the one on Follow today about the guy whose pal works in Prestwick Airport? He must be doing a good job here, because they say he works there, but he managed to take a photo of a plane from behind a fence. So I don't know what he's doing behind the fence if he works there. But listen, I'm buzzing with the news. As I say, whether that's true or not about Monday, I don't know, but I've been told anyway, this is for the boy who's really pally with the Liverpool kit man. It's a done deal, it's all sorted, and I'm really confident now that it is going to get through. So I'm absolutely buzzing, and they are terrified. I'm telling you guys, the media are terrified, Celtic are terrified, and I'll guarantee you Brendan Rodgers isn't too happy about it as well, and that's good enough for me. I think we're going to move totally forward now in a whole new direction, and long may it continue. That's what I'm going to say, because they're seething about this, absolutely seething.
Oh, I like that. Anyway, we'll be joined by Wheels. Evening, Wheels.
How are we, guys?
What have you heard, Wheels?
What have I... This is all because I was
Hot Wheels
to say it, innit?
Hot Wheels.
You've done a bad shower of bastards, do you know that? And last night was the first I was able to listen in for ages, and you kept referring to Wheels, and I'm going, I hope that's no Gary.
He calls himself Wheels.
I know, but come on. Good on you, mate.
It's the name I've had for years, right? I'm buzzing. I'm like a Wayne at Christmas, I'm telling you. But I can't wait. Whether it's tomorrow or whether it's Monday, it doesn't matter.
Have you heard anything?
No, other than kind of what I put in the lobby earlier. That's kind of all I've heard at the moment.
Well, all those rumours you put in the lobby.
What have you heard, Wheels? What is your latest take on it? What's happening?
Well,
it's tomorrow or no?
For what I seen earlier on this afternoon, there was a text circulating that it was a guy that knows somebody in the police, and said that a police presence has been requested for tomorrow. Didn't say a time. There's been a couple of different times bandied about. But I heard the thing about the police presence probably about lunchtime today. So here's hoping. And I think now might be the right time for him to go, because apparently his team have lost the last 4 games in a row. So I think...
Who's Gerrard's?
Aye, the under-18.
Gary, you're not filling me with confidence here, mate.
Oh, Gary,
Come on.
thanks for the call,
You've
Gary.
just burst our bubble.
No, but to be fair, I mean, they've played like Man City, Arsenal, Man U in the last kind of few games, so it's not exactly...
His mind's been elsewhere.
Aye, that's it, exactly, Ox. That's what I'm thinking. And when I really knew, when I was really, really confident was when I seen him on BT Sport the other night, the smile that he had on his face when Gary Lineker asked him about it. So...
I was just disappointed he didn't ask Frankie boy to pull the boots on and come up and give a season.
Well, do you know, Craig Bellamy was talking on that debate show, and he was right up for that. He said to him he needs to put his boots on for a year.
I am talking about Frank Lampard coming up and giving us a season. That's who I want to see there.
Imagine
Bridgeman then. Oh.
Gerrard and him. Brilliant. Frankie boy.
It's mad though, the rumours. It's already started the rumour mill, obviously, about the players that we're going to be linked to. I think it's going to be a crazy summer, I've heard. Today I've been told...
Iniesta was in the Bristol bar today.
Mario Balotelli, that was the latest one. I heard that.
Oh, brilliant.
I heard that last night as well.
Torres was in Asda.
George Logan says 12:30 tomorrow. John Eustace will finally become...
Guys! Breaking news. Daily Record Sport have just tweeted Steven Gerrard will be next Rangers manager as he agrees 3-year deal. That was 3 minutes ago.
Oh, well, we've all known that for a week. That's a record.
What's Loyal doing? I thought you were watching Twitter, Loyal.
I'm getting Twitter up here, but I couldn't get a word in while you were off talking.
Oh, right, okay.
Ibrox
was dying to get that exclusive out.
No, we've all heard it. The 4 reliable sources are now tweeting as well, saying that it will be a 12:30 press conference tomorrow. That is it as well. And I think they had it long before the Daily Record, so I would trust my 4 sources before I trust any Daily Record, I'm going to say.
See, what I'm hoping for at 12:30 tomorrow is Lee Wallace marches in there, takes up press conference in full band colours, whips the jacket off, and he's got a big T-shirt on it that says Murty's a pussy on it.
No.
That's shocking, by the way.
George, are you getting excited about this now? You've been pretty calm about it, mate. You want to move on, but you excited about it now, and it seems to be coming to reality.
I'm more excited about Ox. That's what I was saying earlier. I mean, I think he's the right guy for the job. I'm not 100% sure, Ox, because I've been going on. You kind of have been going on about wanting this guy in, knows Scottish football, knows this kind of football. And let's be honest, he's an under-21s coach, an under-18s coach. But see, at the end of the day, it's Steven Gerrard. And I just keep going back to Graham Souness coming into Rangers, things like that. And it's not going to be the same as that. Of course, he's not going to sign the England team and things like that. It's got to be different. But I'm excited about it, Ox, and it's like you say, you see all the young laddies and that as well. Getting excited about Steven Gerrard. I mean, he's only stopped playing 3 years ago. He was in the Champions League final, 5 years? I don't know how many years ago he was in the Champions League final and things like that. And we're getting this guy to come to our club. He's got to be a draw in his own. I mean, who you want to go and come and play for? Graham Murty, no offence to Graham Murty, because he done a job for Rangers at the end of the day. Not a good one, but he done a job. Or are you going to bring in Steven Gerrard and you've got to ask him to come and play for Steven Gerrard? It's a big difference, like, yeah, I mean, so I'm 100%, I'm buzzing for it. I'm really looking forward to it. If it's a 3-year deal and they give him the funds that he needs, I think the club's definitely going in the right direction.
Ryan, what about all the boys at Auchenhowe and Steven Gerrard's walking about the corridor now?
That's going to be a massive factor for us, Ox. That's, there'll be all the talk. They're the same as us, Steven Gerrard's coming in as a manager. Even the first team players as well, Ox. To be fair, they've... I'll guarantee you there's no many of them, or I'll put money on it, there's no any of them that's played under somebody with that type of profile before, so... that's going to be massive for us, mate, and that's part of the wow factor, and I believe somebody like Gerrard, with the standing he's got in the game, it shouldn't, but it only makes players want to work a wee bit harder for the cause. It's been proven, over the years that managers come in and they give a wee bounce to a club, and I honestly believe this is going to be massive for us. I get everybody's, a wee bit dubious about it. I think, the fanfare's kind of taking over for that, basically, and everybody just wants him in now. Maybe a lot is to do with the fact that, you know, if he actually turned around and says not to us, I don't know where we'd all turn, you know, but listen, it's going to be massive. I just hope we all, for once in our life, we all get together as Rangers fans and back the club and back the manager and back the new players that come in, because I'm sick of the factions. I'm sick of people coming into the club and there's agendas behind it and don't get behind certain ones. At the end of the day, he's going to be the manager of Glasgow Rangers. Everybody get behind him. And what a ride we're in for, guys, going forward. I really do genuinely believe that. I feel something special here.
Ryan, you weren't sure if it was going to go the line. You were a bit worried a couple of days ago, so you're 100% confident now?
I'm 100% confident now, mate. Definitely with the text I've received tonight. I know everybody says they've got sources and people, but you know the boy that I know that I got the text after the night, he's, as I say, he's good pals with a former Celtic player, and without his way to text me that tonight, I don't have any conversation with the boy. Really likes to play football with him, so no, I'm 100% confident now. Ox, you're right. I wasn't confident before. I just thought this is too good to be true here. I thought it was going to be another letdown again. And I was devastated. I was gutted when McInnes said no. Not for the fact that I wanted McInnes, just for the fact that it was an embarrassment to the club again.
Has it worked out for us? Has it worked out for us now, do you think?
Well, so far I would say it's not really worked out for us, you know. But I don't know. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. But I believe, well, if we'd got McInnes, we wouldn't have had this fanfare for Stevie Gerrard, you know. So let's just say no. It's not worked. It has worked out for us in the best, you know, in the long run, because I really do believe it. If we get behind this guy, I think he's going to bring some cracking football players into our club, and we're going to go in a total different direction now. Playing staff-wise, coaching staff-wise, I think he's going to totally change the way we play. I think he's going to make us attractive to watch. I think he's going to make us hard to beat, very, very tough and very, very fit. And that's something that we've been severely lacking for such a long time. So,
talking about attractive, talking about attractive and fit, Fox is working hard to get Mrs. Gerrard on the show to interview her live next week.
No, I'm working very hard to find the old guy with the grey hair and the DeLorean so that I can fast forward a year and see what this conversation would be like then, mate.
Yeah, Ryan, I'll tell you, it was a blessing in disguise, no getting McInnes.
Whoa. I don't like that word.
You know what I mean, but it was an absolute godsend.
Gary, I know. Kudos to you, mate. I know you'd shouted it last week. You gave the tip to nod to the boys here last week, and good luck. But I'll tell you what a shout by the board as well, because they've been heavily criticised for their choice of managers. But if they can pull this one off, this is stratospheric stuff. This.
Aye, my word was last week. I said it was going to be an absolute masterstroke, and I think it will be. You know, it's he's a born winner. He knows what it takes to win, and that's what we need.
What about the investment, George Ryan? Then we'll go to Ryan. Are you picking anything up about that? I've heard various different things, but I wonder if we've any news on that tomorrow, or things will start moving.
I don't think, well, like you say, we've heard loads of different rumours, it's coming from all different sources as well. I think there's definitely something coming. How big it is, I don't really know. But I think Steven Gerrard would look at that game the other day there and look at where we are in the league and look how far we are behind certain clubs in Scotland, and he's going to turn around and say, look, this is not going to take 2 or 3 £500,000 players. This is massive what I need to do here. It's his first job in football. He's got to want to come in and do a half decent job. So he's going to have asked for something in the region. I don't know what he's going to have asked for, but he's definitely going to want assurances that he's going to get upwards of 15 million to spend. And people say he's not going to get. He's definitely going to get 15 million to spend. They gave Cassini crazy money to spend, and they done got players in January as well on loan. So I think 100% he's got to, at least, I think he needs more than 15 million, but I think he's going to want to ask for £15 million to spend to bring players in, and then the free transfers along with that as well. I think that's what we've got to need.
Ryan, have you picked up then, Ryan, about the investment?
I have not, mate. Just for what obviously the rest of the rumours and Twitter and stuff. I've not had anybody directly contact me about entering with the investment, but I'm kind of just going on the basis of what we've kind of spoke about all weeks, Ox, is that if Gerrard's taking the job...
Bridge was seen at the post office today, if that's any help.
But no, I'm just going on the basis of, he can't be coming without spending any money, and I'm hoping that it's going to be, in the region of what George was saying there, 15-20 million possibly, because I believe that we really need to invest or over-invest. Dave King spoke about that, a while ago, about potentially over-investing, speculate to accumulate, because we're all going on about Celtic, they may the road, but listen, see if we sign a couple of good quality players, we're not that far behind them. They've won the league there with 3 games to go. We're not a million miles away. I know it looks like that for the performances we've put in against them. See, we're a right good manager, a winner, good 4, 5, 6 right good top quality players. We're not that far away behind them. So, fingers crossed, mate. Listen, guys, I need to go anyway. It's just a quick call when I'm out in the car, but it's good to speak to you again, and I'll maybe be listening.
Ryan, keep in touch, mate.
All the best, Ryan. All the best, pal.
Take it steady, mate.
Stevie Gerrard.
You never know, there might be a show tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
I look forward to it, mate. These guys, right? Take care.
He'll be, I forget, Friday's Tinder day.
I think Ryan's absolutely right there, by the way. He's absolutely right. I've been, for God knows how long I've been saying it. I'm so happy. I'm just so happy. Here we are, after a terrible 2012, dreadful year for us, and here we are 6 years later, and we're getting one of the biggest names in world football. Absolutely fantastic. The Bridgeman is a happy bunny. What's up,
right, see if you just think about it for a second, right? Just letting it sink in. Steven Gerrard at Rangers. Do you know what I mean? If you'd have said that 2 or 3 months ago, people would have laughed in your face.
Well, I've got something to say. There's an awful lot of people didn't want Gerrard to be here, particularly people who don't like Rangers, pundits and ex-players, or even ex-Rangers players. Can I just say to them, well, if it's all true, then the guy's here. So I don't really care what you said. I really don't care what you said. So the boy's here. Now you're going to have to live with it. And let's hope that everything goes right for him. A huge welcome to him. Absolutely massive welcome to him. And I don't know what time this press conference is going to be tomorrow, but whenever it is, I'm hoping...
I'm still sticking to my guns, so I'll start at... I'm going to say 12-ish. Does that cover a lot of bases?
I think you'd be close to the mark on that one, mate. Very close to the mark.
I'll find out for Ibrox Loyal when the Loudon opens. He knows that.
I hope so, mate. But they might get into Loudon having a few
I'm just teasing there. JWR says he still wants a 3 p.m. because he's working till 1:30. But I think there's going to be an awful lot of people be over at Ibrox tomorrow. An awful lot of people, I believe so. And I really do hope I can get away. I hope I can get away. I hope Mrs. Bridgman lets me go.
I'll give you a note, Bridge. I'll give you a note. Dear Mrs. Bridgman, please excuse Bridgman.
As he has to be a sat-nav for Ibrox Loyal.
I'm very happy. I'm a very happy Bridgman. Very happy.
So the first 2 players out the door, Miller and Wallace, then Travel Rock.
I'm hoping they're getting invited back in because probably what they said was the truth, and it seems as if Mr. Murty didn't like to hear the truth. So it was. I know everybody's buzzing on the sounds of the news of Gerrard and maybe seen some progress in that, but I don't think we can get away from what's been happening in the last 4, 5, 6 weeks, where we've been totally slaughtered by our main rivals. And that should be a lesson to anybody that's involved with our club. We cannot let ourselves get into that shape where they're just turning up and taking out whatever they want on us. Because, and fair enough, I've never seen it, but for everything I read and heard, it could have been double figures. And we should never, ever be allowed to get into that shape again. That's condition, again, where they are able to take that out in us. They've been taking the piss out of us for the last few years now, with players doing stuff in our stadium and their supporters doing what they want in our stadium. We need to learn this lesson, and we need to pay it back. And it may be that it's bringing in somebody like Gerrard and rebuilding again, but we need to learn for this, that we can't allow ourselves to be dominated by that lot.
I don't think he would come up if he wasn't confident that he could do something, though. It's his first proper job in management, do you know what I mean? I don't think he would come up if he wasn't confident that he's got a shot at something.
I don't mean just Gerrard, I mean the people that are currently in charge of they're not even custodians, but they're the people that are making the decisions related to our club, and that is the Robertsons, that is the Dave King and Parks, and we've become very blunt, we've become an easy target, and that's not just by them across the city, it's the press in Scotland, it's the prevalent political party in Scotland, our supporters, supposedly the voice of Supporters Club 1872, they've proved to be completely blunt. They're not even coming out and defending the club, the supporters. They're not coming out and doing anything. We have got a lot of things that we need to tidy up going forward. And fair enough, the playing part is the most important part, but there are a lot of stuff that we need to be sharpening up on.
I think some of these things get easier if you're sorted on the part, mate. If that makes sense. That you can deal with things in the drama. Yeah.
It may cover a lot of things, Ox, but you know what I'm talking about. We've become a punch bag, and we need to start putting up a defence. We need to start fighting back.
Maybe the Morris a first counter punch, mate.
Well, let's hope so, huh?
You know. Because we
it's a start, and it's a new beginning for us as a club now. It's a new beginning, and we need, and this manager needs to, as of beginning of next season, if not tomorrow, whatever the manager does and says, it can't be allowed to be misconstrued in the press and turned into a negative. It just can't be. It's got to be verbatim, word for word, and they're not allowed to put spin on it. If they make it negative, then we don't give them a story, and we just take them to court. Where the club need to be doing these things. Get a big lawyer, as Larky used to say, get a lawyer onto our board and get it right. Get it right. Take these people all away. Just slap an injunction on them. You can't write about Rangers.
All the big name lawyers in the city are working for the other lot just now.
I know, pal. I know. I'm just meaning that somewhere. Yeah, but somewhere along the line, we have to be able to stop it, you know. And we've got one of the finest young, shall we say, managerial prospects coming up. As far as I'm concerned, one of the greatest players there's ever been from a midfield perspective, bordering on world class, you know.
Thanks very much, Bridge.
Well, you know what I mean. He's there, and we need as a club and as a support, we need to relish him, and we need to support him, and we need to give him physical and verbal support all the way.
The support's back in the last, since 2011. I'll go back as far as that, when we started unraveling. It's nearly 7 years now. It's been nothing short of miraculous. The people that said free kicks at us and punches and free hits when we've been doing. Tomorrow is the end.
It's got to be. It's got to be.
We're coming for them.
Sorry to butt in there. Just watching Sky Sports News, and they've just put out talks are in an advanced stage and expected to be completed in the next 24 hours. That's what they've been told.
Obviously, you know who's going to show on. Oh, somebody turn the show off. Right. Obviously, you know, Sky Sports listen to us. That's where they get their info, innit? Kirsty Gallagher and Big Haley listen every night. Travel Rug.
That's just so they know where to put their gas ties on. Come on.
I've got Charlie Patterson sits in front of me at Ibrox, and his face has been tripping him the last few months, so I'm hoping that we can start to put a smile back in his couping again.
Put a smile on everybody's couping again, Travel Rock.
Aye, well, obviously, I want to be there. I want to be there, as simple as that. I want to be there and welcome the manager and see what kind of respect the man gets for our support. And I hope that support turns out.
Keep your mic on. Just go in and tell her you're going to Ibrox tomorrow. Just go in this and tell her.
No. I'm saying I hope that thousands and thousands of people turn up.
I just think that
because we are desperate for them.
Would it not be great? Do you remember the reception Gascoigne got?
Absolutely, yeah.
Crowds outside the front door. Would it not be great to do that again?
I hope they even open the stadium. I hope they allow them into the stadium, into the stand.
No. Everybody outside the front door. It's even better when they've got that and the sun's shining. Right, me and the wife's going up there tomorrow. Bridge, that's what we're doing. When Friday's cancelled, we're going up there to welcome Stevie
Friday's cancelled. I love it. Friday's cancelled.
And I think Saturday will now be a sellout if it isn't already. I think it will be now. I think people.
Ibrox, before we go, can you look at the website and see how many tickets are left?
Yeah.
I've just had somebody contact me for Liverpool looking for 105.
Right. One there just now. 2 seconds.
There's not going to be many tickets left, that's for sure.
No, I know, but I'll just check, mate.
Don't worry, we'll just need the numbers. We don't need the percentage of seats that's left.
That's all right.
The ratios, we don't need percentages, that's right, our ratios today.
Right. It's just saying limited, mate. That's all it's saying. It's not giving an exact number. It just says limited tickets there.
All right, they'll go quick now, won't they?
Oh, aye.
They'll go quick now. Right, so, look, we were going to talk about the football tonight, but try and talk about the football and keep the lid on it, but we've not managed to do that. We have got a match on Saturday, but as George said, and I'll go to George with it, it's paling into insignificance, the actual game.
Aye, so isn't it? It's a bit of a way to look at it, Ken. We've still got a chance in finishing second and beating Aberdeen, beating Hibs. We've already beat Hearts. We beat Kilmarnock on Saturday, and we're guaranteed to do that. Like, but for me, I keep on saying it. I mean, it's a bit horrible way to. You're finishing last. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care. Look where we've came for. I'm the biggest one to say, look where we've came for, look what we're doing now and things like that. But we're finishing last as far as I'm concerned. Until we can start winning anything, I'll start to be positive again. But yeah, I love Rangers to bits, more than anything in the world. But the point of the matter is, I can't stand us getting beat and pumped and getting laughed at with teams that mean nothing to us. Hibs, Hearts, Aberdeen, all these teams shouldn't even be coming to Ibrox. And that's my reason. That's why I say this season's finished for me. Big, massive positive the morning. Get Stevie Gerrard in. And let's hear about this announcement about money and where the club's got to go. And they can end the season tomorrow for me. End the season tomorrow for me. And let's start looking on to next season also.
Fox and Travel Rug.
Oh, it means a lot to me, mate. I like my football and I'll be there on Saturday and I want to see us win. I want to see us show a bit more effort than we did in the last game. Play a bit of decent football. As I said earlier, there'll be people there playing for their futures, and if they don't put in an effort tomorrow, they can have a total clear out as far as I'm concerned. Every single one of them. Rangers for a win for me, mate.
Travel Rug?
I'm the same. I'm in the same kind of boat as Fox, but doesn't matter whether they were playing for anything or playing for nothing. I still want to see my team win. I don't care who we're playing against. I want to see us winning. I'm confident we'll get some that against Kilmarnock, despite the fact that we've no beat them this year. I don't think so, but I think we'll do it. Going up to Pittodrie, I know I want a result against them all. What I will say is, if we do go out and win 3 out of 3, these players need to have a look at themselves for the way they've performed against the Rotters. Because by all accounts, they've not put up any fight. I think on the last game there, Jason Holt was maybe, but what I'd seen, or Jason Holt appeared to be the only one that seemed to do anything or try a leg. And then the cup game before that, I'm not convinced any of them tried a leg. So
something's that's wrong in the dressing room, mate.
Something's rotten there, isn't there?
Aye.
Something's rotten. But again, as I say, if we go out and get 3 out of 3, which I really hope we do, then the players need to have a wee bit of a look at themselves and have a wee bit of pride in themselves, and that's a shame that they've got to that state, or the club had got to that state that the players are down in tools in particular games, you know.
Wheels.
I personally want performances the last few games of the season. I want to get second place. To me, third, fourth isn't good enough. Do you know what I mean? We need to get second. Don't take, as can't remember who it was that said it earlier on, but the past 4 or 5 weeks, have not been who we are, and we need a strong finish to the season, definitely.
Hi, Bruce Loyal.
As I said earlier, mate, it all starts with Saturday for me. The win against Kilmarnock sets us up for getting up to play the Sheep up at Pittodrie on the Tuesday night, mate, and then that rolls into Saturday. So 3 wins for me. We finished second. This announcement is going to be made maybe tonight, maybe first thing in the morning. It's going to give everybody, it should give every single player in that dressing room up the backside that they need to start getting their acts in gear, and gear as supporters. These wins in the last 3, because the fans deserve it more than anything else, and they players owe us it. So get out there, buck up your ideas, win the match, and at least then you've showed to the new manager that you're willing to fight for things. If they don't fight for things, then as somebody says earlier, they cannot clear their bags, and it's a fresh slate for next season. But they need to finish second. That's a minimum for me.
I think it's irrelevant now when we finish, mate. But I'd like us to win the next 3 games, but it's all about the future now for me. I'm sort of sitting George's camp a bit, but I want us to win all the games, of course, and play well. Benchman?
Yeah, I think for me, and my heart tells me I want to win the next 3 games. I think, like every week, I've been saying, every single game for the last God knows how many weeks, we've been saying, this is the biggest game, this is a huge game, and so on and so forth. And it is. If we have any hopes of getting into the European theatre, we need to start building momentum in any way, shape or form, and we need to start tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Friday, Saturday. It's huge. And there you are. This new guy starting tomorrow, a new manager signing on tomorrow, proving what he wants for Rangers and so on and so forth. These players need to turn up. They need to turn up on Saturday and they need to beat Kilmarnock. Start there, at home, Ibrox, front of a full house, win the game, and hopefully Stevie G's sitting up in the stand watching you. Let's do it.
Bridge, can I ask you something, mate? Sorry,
of course, bud.
Do you want Europe next season, or would you be happy to take a year out to let us kind of build things up again?
Well, I think, should I say this, as a bonus for the manager coming in, it's something for him to plan for if we get a chance at Europe. So if we get even second or third spot, and even if them across the city, if they win the Scottish Cup, then the 4th place in the league will get, I think it's going to be the 4th place anyway, we'll also get the Europa League. So there's a chance that we could get into Europe even if we don't win. But the truth of the matter is, I want to win. I don't want to be second best at any game at all. Every game, particularly Ibrox, I want to win. And we should be winning, as you've heard this saying a long time. For me, I would absolutely love to be able to hand Stevie Gerrard second place in the league to start off the season next season in Europe. And let's see how he can get in there and what players he can bring in to try and get into Europe and win some of the, what do you call it, we call these the initial ties, qualification ties. So we need to get in, and as far as I'm concerned, it's a great present for him. Here we are, he's coming to Rangers and he's managing a team that is going to be in Europe, providing we win their games. So there you are, get in there and win the games. And some of these players will be kept. He's not going to clear out 20-odd players. So some of those players in the squad are going to be kept. And it's up to them to do it. So get out there on Saturday and show them you can do it.
Are we all happy briefly with Gary McAllister coming in? Fox?
Aye, I think he's got a bit of managerial experience, mate, although he wasn't a great success. Like Gerrard, for me, he was a class player as well, mate. I think he'll do a good job beside him. Can I just say to all the guys that maybe have given away their season tickets because they weren't gone on Saturday, get yourself together, mate, and get them back.
Can I second that? Everybody, get out there and buy the rest of the tickets. Come on, Rangers fans. Get in there to get pack the stadium out, please.
George, Gary McAllister?
I think that's a good appointment. Fox is right in what he's saying. Kenny Neville had a great success as a manager, but I think it's got a lot to do with the fact that Steven Gerrard hasn't got the right
coaching badge.
Aye, for into Europe and that. But I think it's a good appointment here. That Gregor Greenwood will be part of the coaching staff as well. So I'm quite excited about it all. So I really am. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, Wheels.
I mean, I'm very happy with that. If we get Gary McAllister in as well, obviously knows what the Scottish game is all about. I think him and Stevie will make a great team. And as you say, Gregory Vigneault possibly coming in there as well. So the future is looking bright, definitely.
Hi, Brooks Loyal.
Yeah, definitely. Mate. He's played up in Scottish football, alright, only for a short period of time, but he knows the Scottish football inside out. I think he's another one who would be a very safe pair of hands to with Stevie G. Sir Stevie G, let's do that right. And come on, let's get this announced.
Gary McAllister, MBE, and Stevie Gerrard, MBE Bridgeman.
Oh, what I'm telling you, it sounds great, doesn't it? It really does sound great. You know, it's not that long ago, only a couple of days ago, we were completely in the doldrums, and here we are with Steven Gerrard and Gary McAllister as well. I just hope that there's no. This is really bad of me saying this, so guys, please forgive me. Everybody in the lobby, please forgive me. I hope there's no pally-wally stuff with that mob across the city. Because they don't want to be out there and going to sit down with meals with them and things like that because they're pals. No, you're Rangers now. If you're going to be Rangers all the way through because these people are our enemies, 100% sure. Our enemies.
Anyway, Bridgeman, last word of the evening to your good self.
Well, I'm so happy it's no real.
To all the Rangers fans.
To all the Rangers fans all over the world, in particular Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio. What an announcement. Here comes Mr. Gerrard with his management team. Everybody, keep it going for the Rangers because we need it. Keep it going.
Can I thank everybody for joining the panel tonight, everybody for taking the time in the lobby and everybody who listens to Rangers Radio. This has been Rangers Radio. We could be back any time tomorrow, but we will be back at 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock. Take it away, folks.
See them march on, marching on through the years of history. Heads held on high, for the jersey they would do or die. Fight for right, raise again with the badge of glory. Win, lose or draw, nothing was see.